But I think I will be talking about a lot of these teams down the road in the Ugly Five. Fine Five, I think, is going to be tough. The Ugly Five, let's start with 5 up to the top. Number 5 on my list, the Oakland Raiders. Carr, second year, the wide receiver out there. Cooper, great reviews in the preseason. Still got a lot of questions on the defensive side of the ball. Running game, Oakland in the 5 spot of the Uglies. Number 4, the Washington Redskins. Just an absolute dumpster fire. Kirk Cousins starts. They got RG3 hanging around. Awful defensively. Offensive line in shambles. I wouldn't be surprised if Washington moves up this list. And moving up this list is not good. Number 3 in the Ugly Five, it's the Tennessee Titans. Mariota, obviously, not a lot of work to play with down there. Bishop, Shanky, the running back, they don't have a whole heck of a lot. Just a team right now with no identity. They're trying to get Mariota to be the face of that team. Defensively, they are weak. Offensively, they are awful on the offensive side of the ball. Just flat out awful on the offensive side of the ball. They are. The Tennessee Titans. I mean, literally, Bishop, Shanky, Kendall Wright, and Harry Douglas. That's the assortment of weapons Marcus Mariota has. Are you kidding me? Welcome to the league, Rook. Number 2 in the Ugly Five, I got Tampa Bay. Rookie quarterback, Doug Martin. I like the receivers, Evans and Jackson. Tight end's not bad. The kid Jenkins. Winston, though, rookie quarterback, tough to win a lot of games with an average, iffy rookie quarterback. It's not like he's come out here and set the world on fire. Winston has not played great in the preseason games. He's got a sprained ankle that he's been dealing with. Uninspiring in his preseason finale. He was 6 of 15 for 90 yards and an interception. Just an ugly game for Winston. He's had an ugly preseason. He's 23 of 47 with 311 yards and no touchdowns and 2 picks in the preseason. I think Tampa's going to struggle through another ugly year. And number 1 in my Ugly Five, 2 teams from the same division, by the way, make the list. It's Jacksonville. They're awful. They're better defensively, but with Blake Bortles, TJ Yeldon, Allen Robinson, and Allen Hurns, you ain't moving the ball too much. Julius Thomas brought in to really up the ante on offense, the tight end position. He's hurt. That team's a disaster. Absolute disaster. You know, their best player is gone. Blackman, the receiver. Just been a black cloud hanging over Jacksonville. I have them as the ugliest of the uglies, the Jacksonville Jaguars. Over on the Fine Five side, number 5, it's the Green Bay Packers. This is a team that I think really is in this spot because of their offense, and they lost Jordy Nelson. The 5 spot, I think, is going to be interchangeable. I think you could put Dallas there. I think if you like Philadelphia, you could put them there. There's a couple of teams. Denver, I think, you'd be in the mix in this spot as well. I'm going to go with Green Bay because I like Aaron Rodgers better than the quarterbacks I just mentioned there. Green Bay, number 5. Number 4, you know, it's hard at this stage of my life. I've never seen them not really be good in my adult years. So New England at number 4, Tom Brady, LeGarrette Blount. I like the fact that Blount looks like he could be the featured back there because I think he deserves it. Edelman and Amendola, not great. You know, Reggie Wayne asked for his release. I think they're weak at wide receiver, but who the heck cares? They got Gronk. They got Chandler at tight end. They got 2 good pass-catching tight ends. And, of course, they got Brady. That's all you really need to know about them. They're number 4 in the fines. Number 3, you know, and this is another one where you can kind of throw a bunch of teams around and see where they kind of stick. A lot of people would say that, wow, you know, Brady in the number 4 spot, what are you thinking? But for me, in the number 3 spot, I'm going to go with Denver. I'm going to go. I had Denver I was mixing them around the number 5 spot. I'm going to go in the regular season. It's going to be a little bit of a surprise. I'm going to go with Cincinnati to start the year. Now, I know the regular season, this team has been very good. They've made it to the playoffs in each of the Andy Dalton's 4 years. I like the kid Jax. Jax is the offensive coordinator. I like the kid Hill a lot. I think that this could finally be the year for them to do a little bit more. I know it's a little off the beaten path a little bit, but I got Cincinnati as my 3 team right now. I picked them to win yesterday in the who's in, who's out. I picked them to win. I think that's the toughest division to win, and that's why I like Cincinnati in this spot. Doesn't necessarily mean I think they're the 3rd best team in the NFL, but for this preseason, I think that's the hardest division to win. Beating Pittsburgh and Baltimore out. If you win that division, I think you're a really good team. So I'm going to go with Cincinnati in that spot. I think the kid Hill adds something that they haven't had before. They got to have a better defense this year. They were a good defensive team a couple of years ago. I don't think they're as good on defense, but we'll see. So I got Cincinnati number 3. Number 2, I've got Indianapolis, the Colts. They've added a lot of pieces. They're obviously going for it this year. I love Andrew Luck. I like the Frank Gore addition. I think Andre Johnson's going to be pretty good out there. They got, obviously, adding Trent Cole to the defense now. I think that's a very good upgrade that team's made in this offseason. So I got the Colts at number 2, and then the obvious pick at number 1. You know, I think a lot of people would say Seattle is still the best team in the NFL. You add Jimmy Graham to that team. I mean, that's just an embarrassment of riches. I love Russell Wilson. I got no problem with that. Defensively, we'll see if Kerry Williams can fill in for Byron Maxwell, but I got Seattle 1 in the Fine 5. They're my fines and my uglies every Wednesday at this time. I'll give you the 5 best and the 5 worst teams in the NFL here on the Sports Bash 97.3 ESPN.